morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are very well. Right? So, this is our social science lecture. In the last lecture, we learned the chapter 1. In that, the discovery of sea route to India and the arrivals of Europeans to India. In that we learned only first paragraph. So once again I repeating this arrival of Europeans to India. So please open your book and pay attention in the book, page number 4. Arrival of Europeans to India. Okay. So today we learn arrival of Europeans to India. You learnt in standard 8 also the basic of the arrival of Europeans to India. So I'll start. Okay, pay attention. The Portuguese were the first to arrive in India for trade after the discovery of sea route to India within a span of 100 years. The Portuguese took control of several territories like Diu, Daman, Goa, Cochin and Malacca, etc. Inspired by the Portuguese success in trade, the Dutch from the Hollands and the Danish from the Denmark arrived in India for trade. The English traders established the East India Company to carry out trade within India. In 1600 AD, we learnt in the last lecture, AD it means Anno Domini, when Queen Elizabeth of England gave the permission to the East India Company to carry out trade with the eastern countries. The first ship under the leadership of Captain W. Hawkins, that is also you learnt in the standard 8. Hawkins arrived in Surat, but due to the domination and opposition from the Portuguese, they were not allowed to establish their trade there. But finally, the East India Company got the permission from the Mughal Emperor. Okay, Mughal Emperor Jahangir, and thus the British East India Company established its first trade center in Surat in 1613 AD. Initially, the company established its trade center in Surat, Bharuch and Ahmedabad. Okay, that we learnt in the previous section. Now move further. But due to the strong presence of the Marathas in this region, the company sensed danger to its existence and hence moved toward the south and east direction. But due to the strong presence, whose presence? That is Marathas. Okay, strong presence of Maratha. Company sensed danger to its existence and hence moved towards the south and east direction. South and east direction, where they set up their centers in Machilipatnam, that is Andhra Pradesh, and St. George, that is Chennai, and Fort William, Kolkata. Mumbai became their headquarter. In 1687 AD, where 1687 AD. Move further to the next paragraph. The French East India Company arrived in India for trade 1668 AD. Where 1668 AD? Who came? The French. That you learnt in standard 8 also. The French East India Company. In which 1680 AD. Which year? 1660 AD. YR it means year. And eventually set up their trade centers in Mahe, Karaikal, Pondicherry, Chandranagar, Machilipatnam, etc. Where he made the centers Mahe, Karaikal, Pondicherry, Chandranagar and Machilipatnam, etc. In the 80th century, the English and the French, it means the British and the French, were constantly busy establishing their rule in the entire world and conquering more territories. It means more sea routes, that is EU, Daman, Goa, etc. right? More port. Between 1746 and 1763, there were 3 Karnataka War between French East India Company and the British East India Company, where the war was started. The war was started between 1746 to 1763. Between the 1746 to 1763, the war was established between French East India Company and the British East India Company, which the French East India Company lost, thus making easy the expansion of the British East India Company. The French East India Company was lost. Now, who remaining? The remaining is the British East India Company. Thus, at the end of this battle for power, the Portuguese were retained from the country with Diu, Daman and Goa, while French had their centers at Chandranagar, Mahe, Karaikal and Pondicherry. Where the Portuguese were left? The French were left from the Diu, Daman, Goa, okay, and the trade center there at Chandranagar, Mahe, Karaikal and Pondicherry. Meanwhile, the Dutch had to live forever. Because the Dutch lost their war. Okay. So, you have to write it down in your book if you want. Okay. This is the keywords. So, if you write this, so you can easily read it and you can easily remember it. So, write it down in your book. The presence of Marathas. Okay, due to the presence of Marathas, the French moved the south and east. In that, the name had given. Okay, in 1687 AD. Then, meanwhile, the French had came to 1668. Between the 1746 to 1763, the war became, and the French lost. The French had lost, so they left from the Diu, Daman and Goa, and where the French was there in the center of Chandranagar, Mahe, Karaikal, Pondicherry. Okay, and the Dutch had left forever because they lost the war. Okay, done this much. Okay, so moving further to the Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey. You already learnt in Standard 8. Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey. Okay. Pay attention. Siraj-ud-Dowla was ruling over the Bengal. Who ruling over the Bengal? Siraj-ud-Dowla. Ruling over Bengal. Where? Bengal. Due to his impulsive nature, he had some opponents in his state. Due to his impulsive nature, he had some opponents in his state. During this period, the British East India Company built a fortress around the trade center in Kolkata on pretext of security reason. Who and which during this period the British East India Company built a fortress around the trade center in Kolkata on pretext of security reasons without taking the permission of the Nawab. But Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowla destroyed the fortress. When this news reached Madras, this news reached Madras. A small army of the company led by Robert Clive. The small army company led by Robert Clive reached Bengal in order to help the Kolkata trade center. See, here I write it down. Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowla, without taking his permission, destroyed the fortress, and this news reached Madras. Where reached this news? News reached Madras, and then who come? The small army company led by Robert Clive. Small army company led by Robert Clive reached Bengal. Where he reached? Reached Bengal. Why he reached Bengal? To help the Kolkata. Reached Bengal in order to help the Kolkata. Helped the Kolkata. See. What was in Battle of Plassey? Battle of Plassey in Bengal. Who is the Nawab of the Bengal? Siraj-ud-Dowla. Okay, and then the fortress, without taking the permission of the Nawab Sirajuddaulah, the fortress was destroyed. This news reached Madras. In that who came, the small army company led by the Robert Clive reached the Bengal. And why he reached the Bengal? To help the Kolkata. See, this is the keyword. You complete the whole paragraph and you can remember easily. So, you have to write it down in your notebook. Okay. So, see, first write it down this, then we will start further. Okay. Then, see, moving further to the next paragraph. In spite of the army of the East India Company being strong, they realized that it was not easy to defeat the Nawab's army. It was not easy to defeat the Nawab's army. So, Robert Clive resort to treachery. Now, what is the meaning of treachery? Treachery, it means the betrayal of trust, or we can say that disloyalty. Right? See, here I write it down. If you want to write, then you can write with pencil in your book. Disloyalty. Right? A conspiracy was planned in order to defeat the Nawab, in which the Nawab's commander-in-chief Mir Jafar and Seth Amichand. Who was the commander of Nawab-in-chief? That is Mir Jafar and Seth Amichand were coaxed. Now, what is the meaning of coaxed? See, here I write it down, coaxed. Coaxed, it means paradise, or we can say that force. Forced to join. Who joined? Forced to join? The Nawab's commander Mir Jafar and Seth Amichand were coaxed to join, forced to join, on the pretext that the Nawab is unnecessarily harassing the people. A war was declared at the ground near a village named Plassey. Which village name? Plassey. Okay. See, next paragraph. According to the plan, Mir Jafar lost the battle. According to plan, Mir Jafar lost the battle. Siraj-ud-Daulah was defeated. Due to the Robert Clive treachery, it means the disloyalty. The battle of Plassey ended in a just half day. Where battle of Plassey defeated in a half day. The company as a result got a freehold over the 24 Paranganas. Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal. Who made the Nawab of Bengal? Mir Jafar. Thus, the foundation of the company's rule in India was led with the Battle of Plassey in 1757. Where? 1757. Underline this word or this digit, 1757, this year, right? See, according to the plan, Mir Jafar lost the battle. See, the Mir Jafar, Said Ami Chand and the Robert Clive made the plan. According to the plan, Mir Jafar lost the battle. Siraj-ud-Dowla was defeated due to Robert Clive treachery. It means the disloyalty. The Battle of Plassey ended in just half day. The company as a result got a freehold over 24 Paraganas. Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of the Bengal. Now, who made the Nawab of the Bengal? That is Mir Jafar. Nawab of Bengal. Thus, the foundation of the company's rule in India was laid with the Battle of Plassey in 1757, where 1757, and defeated in a half day. Okay, so write it down in your book. This is keyword, okay? From this keyword you can easily understand and you can easily remember the Battle of Plassey. See, once again I repeating it. Battle of Plassey, where is Battle of Plassey? In Bengal. The Bengal's Nawab name is Siraj-ud-Dowla. Where then what happened? The pretext of security reason without taking any permission of the Nawab, then this news reached from Madras. Small army company led by the Robert Clive. This is reached Bengal. After the year this news, Robert Clive reached Bengal to help the Kolkata. But what happened? Treachery. It means the disloyalty. From the disloyalty, who? The Nawab's chief name is Mir Jafar and Ami Chand, and Mir Jafar. Okay. Forced to join, coaxed to join. It means forced to join. And unnecessarily harassing the Nawab, that is Siraj-ud-Dowla, unnecessarily. Okay. According to the plan, the Mir Jafar was lost, and the Siraj-ud-Dowla defeated. Now, who was the Nawab of the Bengal? That is Mir Jafar. And according to the plan, Plassey is just defeated in a half day in 1757. Okay, clear to you this Battle of Plassey. Treachery, it means disloyalty, or you can say that betrayal of trust. It means disloyalty. Here I write it down only disloyalty. If you want to write betrayal of trust, then you can write. And coax, it meant force to join. Clear? Okay. So today what we learn? We learn the arrival of Europeans to India and Battle of Plassey. These two topics we learn. If you have any doubt in these two, then you can ask in comment box. Okay. So you have to write it down in the book. Okay. Okay, students. I hope this much is clear to you. Okay? Okay. Bye bye, students.